Big Dog Country, WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. That's right, 2 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this third day of September. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn Associates Country Financial.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup. Dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday.
It's Friday, Labor Day weekend. Yeah. That's right. 3 days. Just kind of do your own thing. Going to be gorgeous weather all 3 days.
1 day away from the dogs. Go Dogs.
That's right. Dogs
Can't
play
wait.
tomorrow. Tomorrow night up there in Charlotte, North Carolina. But taking on Clemson, and it'll be a great game up there between two top 5 team. Is Georgia 5?
Georgia's 5, Clemson's 3.
Okay. All right.
It'll change after Monday.
It'll change after Monday. Okay. Yeah, definitely. It'll definitely change after Monday. You got a firm grasp of the obvious there, Bob.
Yeah, we'll flip that after Monday night, after we whip up on them Tigers.
All right, we've got a guest in here in the studio with us this morning. Who do we have?
We got Bill Harvey, the incumbent in District 6 City Commissioner. We got city elections coming up in November. There's 3 contested council seats, a contested mayor's race. And Bill, how you doing? Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm doing fine. It's great to be here.
We go way back. I've known you a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's more years than I'd like to remember. Than I can remember.
Before you got some notes you said you want to talk to. Before we get to that, though, just some basic questions. District 6, for those that may not know what District 6 of the city, what part of the city are we talking about? What's District 6?
Yeah. I tell you, it's I think the best way to describe where District 6 is, because it goes straight and turns and turns and turns and goes all around, crosses the tracks and goes all around. But the best way, if you was to take Jessup and the city of Jessup, make a square out of it, it's a square, and you divided it in 4 parts, District 6 would be in the southeastern part of the square. In other words, it would be on the opposite side, on the eastern side of the railroad tracks, and down the southern part of the square, southeastern.
The southeastern part of Jessup.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many voters in District 6? Have any idea? Have you checked on that?
There's about 1,000 200 maybe.
So 1,200.
1,200.
About 1,200.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're out there campaigning. You said you got some things you want to say. So.
Yeah, I made a little prepared statement, and then
go ahead. Go ahead and do that, and then we'll ask you some questions.
Okay, that'll be good. I wanted to get everything in, and I felt like the best way to write some of it down. But I was born and raised in Jessup. My daddy was Jasper William Harvey, called him Jap. He worked as operator at the Coastline Railroad. He passed away when I was 8 years old. My mother, Lucille Aldrich Harvey, and she taught school in Jessup for 43 years, and most of those years were taught in the Wayne County school system. She did teach some in Alma before coming to Jessup. I was educated in the Jessup school system. I attended the University of Georgia, received my undergraduate degree from there in journalism. I continued my education at the University of Georgia and received a master's degree in education. That was due to my mother's insistence, and I'm glad she did. I then attended Atlanta Law School and received a Juris Doctorate degree in law. And I returned to Jessup and have opened a law practice in 1979, and I've lived here and called Jessup my home for my entire life, literally. I retired after 38 years of a successful law practice and now own a small campground on the Autumn Hall River, which is a nice little place, and we enjoyed going there.
What's the name of that campground?
It's called Getaway Campground,
Getaway,
and we opened it up, and it kind of, just rocked along for a while. We wasn't doing much, but it's caught on now, and we're full this weekend.
Where's it located, Bill?
It's at Carter's Bite.
Oh, it's at Carter's Bite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Carter's Bite, in Appleton County, and it's got 14 spaces, but we only have 7 of them. Well, 8 of them open. So it's a very small campground.
Okay.
But it takes all the time I want to do. Just keeping it up and that kind of thing is a job,
okay,
especially being out of town.
All right.
But we enjoy it. It's keeps you busy at times. Now I've lost my place, but
well, just look at your list there, right under campground.
Let's see. And I owned a small little farm here in Jessup, or out on 84. And grew organic vegetables out there. And I'd like to say this. I have a new respect for farmers. Goodness gracious, farming. And when I was on a small scale, that's a job. I mean, it's hard work. It sent me to the hospital twice. Bear caught out on that little farm. But I have farmers, they earn everything they
sure do.
It's hard work. I am a member of and served as president of the Jessup Bar Association. I'm a member of the Jessup Rotary Club, Jessup Shrine Club. I served as trustee on the Jessup Elks Club Lodge, member of the Jessup Masonic Lodge, and I served as chairman of the Jessup Downtown Development Authority and served as the Wayne County Tourism Board. As director of the Wayne Family Farmers Market, was a director on that, and I am a member of the First Methodist Church. I practice law. While practicing law, I served as assistant magistrate court judge in Jessup for 3 years. I served for 6 terms, 26 years as Wayne County Court Solicitor General, and served on the board of directors of the Solicitor General's Association for 3 terms, which was 12 years. And I also was appointed by Governor Roy Barnes to serve on several state committees. I am very thankful for this community and what it has done for me, and I have many friends, clients, and family that have supported me and helped me over the years in this community. I am thankful for the people of the 6th District of Jessup for allowing me to serve as their commissioner for the last 6 years. We have accomplished much in that past 6 years, which I'm proud of in the district. We built a bird park on 5 Points. Have y'all seen that little park out there? It's you know where 5 Points.
5 Points is, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We built a little park out there. It's a quiet place to sit around. Got bird feeders and that kind of thing. It's a nice little place to go and meditate a while and watch the birds, or take the children to see different things. It's really caught on, and there's lots of birds coming into it. Thank goodness. I built a bird park and a dog park over on Wayne Street. Also, we built Cracker Williams Park, the recreation building, children's playground, and a parking lot. All of these accomplishments were city commissioners' projects, which I chaired. There are other projects that are pending, and I think are critical for the 6th District of the City of Jessup. One of those is we must keep our Pine Street Fire Station open on this side of the tracks. There's been some talk of trying to move that, but the City Commission stepped forward and put money to keep that project going. Nothing has been done on it so far, but I promise that I will stay after that if I'm elected to see that fire station stays there. And let me tell you why I think it's important. We do have, thank goodness, a bridge going over the railroad tracks, but our other fire department's on Bay Street. So if there's a fire on our side of the tracks, the fire department, and there's a train down that railroad tracks, the fire department's going to have to go through, and y'all know how busy First Street is. It can be just bumper to bumper. They're going to have to fight through traffic to get down to the bridge, and Lord forbid that the bridge ever got stopped up. I think that would be just an unthinkable thing, but it could happen. If you lived in the 6th District and down on that part of town, we would be in a perilous way with a major fire. A house could burn down while we were waiting for a fire truck to come from Bay Street all the way across the bridge, all the way through town, across the bridge, and back down to the 6th District. We've got the money. The commissioners voted unanimously to put the money in to fix that, get that station fixed up the way it should be. We will get that accomplished and done and save that fire department over on Pine Street. Further, we need a swimming pool in Jessup. That's going to be, and we found out with all the things going on with the increase in materials and supplies, that's going to be a very expensive project. But I'm willing to sit down and work with getting that project done. I think we're going, and we should work with the school system. They need a pool. We need to work with the county. They need a pool. We need to do whatever we can to get a pool, and the reason for that is we have a number of children that have been raised, brought up, born in Jessup, Georgia, that have never learned how to swim. They don't. It's not just for the entertainment and pleasure of having that pool, but they don't even know how to swim.
And that's a stat that's nationwide. I just happened to be reading something about that the other day, that you don't have the kids today learning to swim as much as they did years ago.
Absolutely. It's literally a tragedy, or it could be a terrible tragedy. But those kids are missing out on a lot, plus everyone needs to know how to swim. I would like to, and I think the commissioners are 100% with me. In fact, I know they are. And we will work hard to see that we get a pool, whether it's, I'd like to see it built at Cracker Williams. We've got a place there for it. But the expense of that has just gone out of sight from the time that we originally planned to set aside the money till now, with the virus going on and everything going up, supplies and materials going up, just got out of range.
The supply materials have really gone out the roof.
So where do we stand with that pool? Because it's just sitting there right now.
They
talked about the monies. They never said how much money. They had the engineer look at it. I mean, where are we at with that pool? The pool's just sitting there They did all that work. They got all the dirt out of it. They had,
Yeah,
and
it
he's just
spent
sitting
a
there.
lot of time and money and effort
So where
getting
do you
it set
see-
up,
where
and
do
then we had set, when we set the money aside, we set aside, I think, if I remember correctly, it was around $400,000. And now we're talking about it costing $1 million to do the same thing that we could have done for that price. Plus, what's holding it up now is that we are literally we're putting it out for bid. We voted about a month ago, 2 months ago, to put the project out for bid. So it's going out for bid now, and we'll get an idea of exactly what it's going to cost. Funding is the other big thing. We'd set aside the money which would have done the project when we set it aside, and now it's half what we needed.
You mentioned the school and the county. I mean, I hadn't seen anybody go to the county and school and ask for. Where do we stand with that?
You
got to go and ask before you can.
I think that's we have discussed it. We have discussed it with them. I say we, not as sat down as a board and talk, but we have individually talked with them, the other entities, and I believe that we can do that. I think everybody realizes that we got a swimming team that's done a great job. The recreation center had a swimming team that's done a great job, and they're having to practice in a private pool. We need a swimming pool. I would like to chair that effort to sit down with those other entities and let's talk this thing out and get that pool done. We need it. It even to the point that if it's not built at Cracker Williams Park, if we decide to build it somewhere else, I'd be willing to do to work with everybody to let's come to a conclusion. Now we've got a pool that's along the way, and we'd like to do it there, and it certainly would be convenient for everybody there. That'd be my suggestion, but I'd like to see a pool built back in Jessup, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. We got Bill Harvey in this morning, our special guest here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show, a city commissioner for District 6, also running for re-election. Bill,
You
Bob?
threw all your notes, or can we start asking questions?
One last thing. What the most important thing? Let me get to the most important part. Say, I pledge that I will faithfully serve the interests of the residents in my district, 6th District, to the best of my ability. It is my honor and it has been my privilege to serve in this capacity for the past 6 years. I am asking to continue in this role for another 4 years. There's some projects that desperately need to be done, and I'd like to see them through. I would like to say this, that the time I served for the 6 years, I have not accepted one penny for any kind of salary or anything else to serve in that capacity. I've asked that money be put in a special budget for the 6th District, and again, if I'm elected, I will continue that. I would appreciate the people's in the 6th District's vote. It's coming up on November the 2nd, and I'd appreciate it. We're in a kind of a hard time here. This virus is going on. It negates you from going really door to door, knocking on doors. People don't appreciate that, and I understand it. I don't appreciate that. I don't have the telephone numbers of everybody in my district, the cell phones. So it's made it very difficult to get out and campaign, but for any event, I'm going to make an effort to try to do everything I can to see everybody and speak to everybody if I can, but I appreciate your vote. Coming up, we've got some important things that need to be accomplished, and I just appreciate you looking out for me for 4 more years, and let's get these things done. Thank you, and appreciate y'all having me on. Thanks.
Again, one decision is going to be made before the elections. Who's going to be the new city manager. So where are we at on that process?
Yeah, that's coming along. That's really coming along good. We made, I think, an intelligent decision to hire a firm to come together and find us the best candidates for that position in the state and other states. That's their professional outfit. They're Carl Vincent School of Education at University of Georgia. They are working on that right now. We're in fact in the stage where they are announcing that all over the state and all over the country for people to come in and apply for that job. Of course, Jessup's a smaller city, and there's people looking for that type of job to get started that are very qualified and working in other places that are smaller. We expect that we have asked them to narrow that process down to around 5 people, and then those 5 people will come before the board, and the board will make the decision on who to appoint for that.
Well, the one thing I could ask you, the last 6 meetings or 7 meetings, you've had closed door sessions for almost an hour and a half, and come out and say nothing's been taken. Do y'all just like seeing each other back there? Y'all
Yeah.
enjoy each other's company?
Yeah, we'll just go back there and drink coffee.
Is that right? What in the world's going on? What's
Well, we're in a state of litigation over.
Right. So I was going to ask you, do you have any idea where the lawsuit situation stands?
I really don't know everything about it, but that is something that we just at a position where we're not to talk about.
Right, I know you like to talk about it, but that's what's.
But
being
that's what it's
discussed
about.
right
I mean, he
there.
just wants to know the subject y'all talking about.
Yeah, it's
litigation. It's not personnel; it's litigation.
Yeah, it's and personnel, but it's mostly litigation. Yeah.
You missing the mayor and the city manager as much as I am?
I am sick about that.
I have any idea why
I am absolutely.
Got any insight for us on why the mayor's?
I do not. I don't. I cannot understand it. I tell you, I could kick him right in the rear end. He has done a wonderful job. I tell you what, I was so shocked. I like to fell off.
I was shocked too. I mean, I told people when they came out, that, like I said, all these executive sessions have been like an hour and a half. This one was like 10 minutes. Like, man, this is good. And he comes out and starts reading this, and people are like, well, you were good friends. Well, you didn't. I said, I had no clue. I still have no clue. I'm still kind of shocked.
I don't either. He was doing what I call a perfect job in that
he has
position.
the perfect personality.
He was just doing a wonderful job. It's just we couldn't have done worse than lose him. He really is a good man. I think the world of him as a person and a friend, but goodness gracious, he was a good mayor. He did a great job, and I hated to see him leave. This be some hard road to fill those shoes.
One more thing on city manager. We have a time frame on the city manager. I mean, have they given you a list of candidates yet to interview, or
no, we have not.
Where we got to know that process?
But that process is coming towards the end, and I feel like within a month, and I hate to say this because it may not come about, but 6 weeks, we should be putting a new city manager in.
And the other big issue in the city is the discussions about fire protection, keeping the ratings down. I mean, I know there's negotiations. There's 2 commissioners from the city, 2 commissioners from the county supposed to be getting together. Where are those meetings at, and what's the progress on that? Can we keep those rates low?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not a part of that, and we have been kept informed of what's going on. We need to combine that unit and have a city and county fire department. I feel like, but I don't know where the present status is of that. And I'd be just conjecture if I came up with any.
Well, again, if you just join us, Bill Harvey in, again, you have opposition. So, it's from now until November. I think the early voting will start sometime in October. So,
second, I think.
Yeah, there'll be 3 weeks of early voting. So, when you're out there, like I say, it's hard to campaign during this time. So, I'm sure but I know you got a list of the voters. So, I'm sure you're going to try to reach out to everybody. So,
yep.
I ask the question all the time: when people go to the polls in November, why should they vote for Bill Harvey in District 6 for city commissioner?
Well, for one thing, I guess the most important thing is that I have, let me back up a little bit. I thought when I got elected to start with, I was an attorney. I figured I'd go in there and, just sit down and start doing my job. But there's more to it than just knowing the law and having practiced law for 38 years. There's just more to it. There's a lot to be learned, and it takes a period of time to gather in all that information. Well, I am not by any stretch of the imagination know-it-all. I don't. I say that. I don't know that anybody knows it all, but I do have some experience now, and I do know the critical things that's going on in the city and the things that we really need to do. I don't have to go through that learning period again, and we do have some things, as I said, that are very important that need to be done and need to be taken care of. I would like to have that opportunity to go back in and to finish the job. I had a 2-year term. You know what we did. We decided, thought it was the best thing to stagger the terms of the commissioners instead of everybody getting out of it at the same time and having 6 new people come in. We would stagger the terms so whether it would be 3 going out, and the most you'd have 3 coming in, and you'd have 3 that were already there that knew what was happening and going on in the city. Well, I was one of the ones that volunteered to take the 2-year term, so I've been in there for 6 years instead of, I'd have 2 more years to go had I not done that. I'm glad I did. I think it was a good thing, and I'm glad I did that. But it's just something that it takes a lot of learning. It's something that you don't just learn overnight. So I think that's why I should be sent back for another term. I know what's going on. I kind of got a good idea of what we need, and I will work as hard as I can to see that it gets done. And if it doesn't get done, I'll be out here letting y'all know about it where everybody will know about it.
Well, Bill, again, appreciate you coming in. Good luck in the campaign.
Thank you so much.
As you mentioned, it's a tough time to campaign with everything going on, but I'm sure you'll get out and see people.
It has been tough. It is tough to get out.
Hopefully they can get that pool, I'd hate to see all that work on the pool that's been done, and I don't know what they're going to do if they don't do the pool there, but, you talk about the pool, we talk about all the time, there's all these kids involved in recreation. I just don't understand when they have these discussions why it isn't a city, county, school board discussion saying, look, all 3 of these come together. Here's what the pool's going to cost. Everybody chip in. Let's get it done, and let's build it somewhere where we can have a pool. But as they mentioned, it was funny to me. You can't just build it. You got to be able to fund it once you build it. So I don't understand why they didn't understand that at the beginning.
Well,
they made that comment. I almost felt in my chair. Hey,
I agree.
You got to have chemicals. Anybody has a pool knows how much it takes to upkeep the pool. So once you build it, they're going to have those expenses, that budget every year to make sure the pool's maintained. But I think it's something everybody wants, but I don't understand why when they have discussions, it's just the city and not the county, not the school. I mean, everybody needs to be in this together.
Well, it started off with, I understand, and I think the same thing. It started out as a city project. We funded it. We put it all together and funded it. Nobody knew what was going to happen in the future. There was enough money put aside to build it when we funded it, but that's about half enough now. It turned out that the prices have gone up to the point where we have half the money to build the pool. Excuse me. And you're right. It literally should be a cooperative county, city,
school board.
Yeah, school board.
Right. I mean,
project.
They got a dog in the fight. I mean, they got a swim team.
Yeah. We need to sit down and if that is the biggest thing I see, one of the biggest projects that we have. That in that fire department, I'm scared that fire department's going to move. It was talked at one time. It was really talked that they were going to move it. Thank goodness the commissioners stood up and said no. We're not going to move it.
Who's they?
Yeah.
Who's they that we're going to move it? You're talking about they. You said they were going to move it. Who be they?
Well, I think that it was probably just, I really don't know who come up with the idea. I think that the fire department made some decision that they could move those people that were over on Pine
So
Street.
the fire department themselves decided it might be a good
The
thing. Okay.
fire department, I think, came to the manager and talked with the manager about let's close that. And I'm honestly saying this, not actually knowing if this is correct or not, but I think that's what happened. We were at a meeting. It caught me completely by surprise that the fire chief mentioned let's move the Pine Street fire department over to the Bay Street, and the reasoning I think was that they could all be together and that kind of thing. And I think that they made some errors on thinking about how fast they could get from Bay Street to this part of town, not really taking in consideration that they possibly couldn't, and the possibility of having a man's house burned down while they're waiting on a fire truck to get there is just that's not possible in our district. We need to keep that fire department there. All the people that live on the other side of the track, we need that fire department, whether they're in the 6th district, the 2nd district, or the 5th district. We need that fire department.
Okay.
Okay.
Bill Harvey, we appreciate you coming in this morning and sharing your thoughts and feelings as you run for re-election for District 6 in the city of Jessup.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Bob, and I just want to touch on some of these other issues. I know we're past time, but we got some important issues to talk about.
Okay.
You can hang around, Bill, or you can go.
I'll get out y'all's way. Okay. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Appreciate you coming in, Bill. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, you left notes for me this morning. Let's talk about what's going on with the Wayne County Board of Education, the decisions they made yesterday concerning the students here in Wayne County.
Okay, several decisions were made yesterday. Again, they are reinstating extracurricular activities beginning Monday. So starting Monday, they can go back to practicing girls softball, cross country, football, volleyball. And hybrid learning will begin on Thursday, and virtual learning will take place Tuesday and Wednesday.
So Tuesday and Wednesday virtual learning. Hybrid starts back on Thursday, I guess, with the Thursday and Friday, the L through Z then.
Right. Exactly.
And on those 2 days, but virtual learning on Tuesday and Wednesday. Right. But extracurricular activities, all the sporting events, all the other things, and the practice and so forth can begin on Monday in the school system here in Wayne County.
Right. Those are the decisions made. And they state they look at the numbers every day, and it could change like the weather. So, which has kind of caught me off surprise because they had the state of emergency meeting on Monday. And I talked to Superintendent Dan, and he said they're just going to reassess every 2 weeks. But everybody showed up on Thursday, wanted the extracurricular activities back in. So now they're saying, and I really don't know what numbers they're dealing with because, of course, the numbers went down because no one was at school.
Okay.
I mean, so I don't know. I just need the superintendent to come in here, explain what numbers they're looking at. And if they have the numbers daily, why don't they release the numbers daily? I mean, they're only giving the numbers to us each week by week.
Right.
So if it's a daily thing, then what are the numbers daily? So
okay,
it's just kind of it just looks like kids wanted extracurricular activities back no matter what, and that's the decision that was made.
Well, I guess one of their arguments was the fact that other counties around us are doing virtual learning or hybrid, and they still have their extracurricular activities. Right. So why can't us? And that was their argument.
Right, and I asked that question too. That was the question I was going to ask. What does Glenn know? What does Ware know? What does what do they know that we don't know? What do we know that they don't know? Why do we shut down extracurricular activities when they keep having their activities? So,
right.
But apparently the pressure got to somebody, and extracurricular activities are back on Monday.
Okay. Well, it's good to talk to your school board members, or your county commissioners, or your city commissioners. If you got thoughts and feelings, talk to them about it. And then there's an event going on at Wayne Memorial Hospital today.
Right. This is a late notice.
It is a late notice.
They want to get us out that they said they weren't going to have another one, but they're having one today. Again, if you want to get the free vaccine, Moderna, you can do that today between 10 and 3 at Wayne Memorial Hospital. So they've got to set up again today at the hospital. So that's taking place today between 10 and 3.
So get the free Moderna shot today at the hospital.
Public can enter through the front doors of the hospital or the side entry of the cafeteria patio. There is no charge, no need for an appointment. Again, that's taking place today between 10 and 3 at Wayne Memorial Hospital.
And do you have those stats? I got them right here, the stats in front of you there when it concerns you. There's all kinds of rumors going around on social media about the COVID situation at the hospital, people being entered, who's being admitted to the hospital, who's on ventilators, who's dying, that kind of stuff.
Wayne Memorial Hospital.
But here are the facts.
Yeah, these are the stats from Wayne Memorial Hospital for the month of August, from August 1 of 2021 to August 31st, 2021. 100% of COVID-19 deaths at Wayne Memorial Hospital have been from unvaccinated people. 100% of patients on ventilators from COVID-19 at Wayne Memorial Hospital are those that have been unvaccinated, and 94% of those that have been admitted to the hospital are those that are unvaccinated. So again, that's why they keep stressing the way to bring this down is to get vaccinated. And again, if you have any questions about vaccinations, again, they ask you to consult your family physician. But again, that's what they're encouraging people to do, to have these numbers go down in Wayne County, and that is to get people vaccinated. Again, we're still, I'm not sure where we are, but at the last report, we were still under 30%.
Yeah, I think it's 34% fully vaccinated and 29% at least one shot. So it's about a third. About a third of Wayne Countyans have been vaccinated, adults 18 and over. Okay. Well, Bob, wishing you a great Labor Day weekend. Hope you enjoy yourself and have some fun, but be safe.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. And the world-famous Butch and Bob Show has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial.